Peace and love. I think somebody summoned Lord Enki. I heard somebody ask for Lord Enki. So I said, let me come here then. Let me come and see what's going on. Peace and blessings, royal family. It's been a long time since we chopped it up. So I guess I'm back again. I usually have my charm on right now. This is my favorite charm right here. I love this charm. I made it myself. This is cobalt. The chain itself is cobalt, and this piece right here. Isn't this beautiful? Yeah, I like that. Hold on 1 second. Let me put it on. It give me my strength, my power. So I'm going to put this down 1 second. All right, here we go. I'm back. Feel better now. You always got to have your protection on, your guard. Something got to guard you. Peace and love, King God. So glad to see you, Raven D. What's going on, Raven? I think I'm coming out tonight. It's been a minute. Somebody posted, Enki, where are you? So I'm here just to show myself, let everybody know everything is good. Got to grow, you know what I'm saying? Evolve. So that's I've been doing, evolving, trying to stay out the way. Because right now, we got the cancel culture thing going on. You get caught up in that, you out of here. And so a lot of people is being censored on from YouTube to Facebook. So you got to watch what you say, really. You know me, I'm a militant. My style is over here, and we over here. So it's not going to work, really. So I got to stay below the radar. So until I could configure myself to the new way, you got to just work with me. So on that note, let's chop it up. The topic is who can we trust? Who can we trust is a deep topic. It's like encyclopedia when you say that. So we're gonna go into this real quick and break down what I mean by who could we trust. Y'all can hear me? You can hear me clear out there? Alright, so let's begin. With everything that's taken place ever since this 2021 come in, this is you could say this is the beginning of the end. Good. That's what's up. So with the beginning of the end, you got the beginning was 2012 with the little consciousness shift. The Earth started speeding up, and so you got a separation going on of two groups of people. You got the conscious community or the awakened people, and then you got the sheeps and everybody down. This is where you get two factions that we're gonna talk about with who can you trust, because it goes from the government, medical, pharmaceutical. It goes into everything, politics, even into ourselves. We can't even trust ourselves no more. So once you get the idea of what who can you trust is about, then you won't be into that trust shit no more, and you be ready. See, so when you start to do that trust, you still ain't grow up yet, And when you're not grown, people come and be your parents. They do things for you. So we got a system where we're being taught, we're being taken care of. You get free Medicaid, free food, this public assistance or whatever you want to call it. You got stimuluses, you got all types of stuff. So this is what happened when you have parents that do everything for you. You're in a system where you're begging for freedom, you're begging for justice, you're begging for all this stuff. When you got all that, you got that all in you. You don't need nothing. You came already fully equipped. So when we render our service or we render ourselves to the jurisdiction of somebody else, this is what the results is going to be. You running around wondering if corona is real. We're going to speak on that real quick just to get it going. So, anyways, what's good with you, Raven? Everything good? I ain't hear from you from on this YouTube channel in a minute. So, chop it up with you for a quick minute. So, let's get into this. Who can you trust now? For real, for real. All right. So, what I see is going on here, we're going to go back from COVID. Everybody know me. That's what's up. All right. Everybody know me already. I went through some crazy shit. If you didn't really know me or what my history is. All right, about to feed the kitten. Okay, that's what's up. Astronomical, what's good? That was you who left that message? That you made me come out, you summoned me and got me out of the infernal realm to come out here into the external world and deal with this shit out here? Woo. What up, Great Dragon? I be watching. Yo, what's good, my brother Ra? How you been? I'm glad to see you. We're gonna talk about the dragon too. Since you're here, I'll bring up the dragon. You know, our talk is real, so let's get it in. Well, you know, I'm gonna get into the spirits. Good to see you, Deeds. What's good, Deeds? Blessings, blessings. I'm gonna get into the spiritual shit too and do a little revelation of some mysteries. Let's go. I'm glad to hear you here for you, real man. That's what's up. Well, you know what? Like I said, you summoned me out the eternal realm, and yes, Yoshi, I'm peeping. I'm peeping. I see, and I'm proud of you, man. You know, conquer the material right now. Get all you can. Everybody in that age group, up to what, 33. I'm gonna give y'all the Jesus 33. Get all you can in the external world, because after that, it changes for you, and when it changes, you're gonna be the parent soon. Like, you notice the parent ain't in the game. They're not in the media. Your parents is working. That's gonna be y'all in a minute. It's for the younger generation that stays in there. The TV, media, everything is geared towards that. The clothes, the woman, everything. So get yours while you're still under 33. You understand why? Because your chakras is open and it's aligned already. You come here in this world like that. It's when you start having experiences that start changing, going extra or under. You know what I'm saying? Freddie, what's good? Freddie. Yes, Freddie, I wish you could call in. You know, you're gonna do a call in with you on the messenger. I'm gonna get some of Freddie up in here too, man. Let y'all get a little bit of what's going on out here in the world that y'all don't know about. So hopefully I get Freddie on the line and me and him talk. I put him on speakerphone. Astronomical, I keep getting chased in my dreams. Let me see what that say. I keep getting chased in my dreams with very loud banging, like very loud noises. Well, astronomical, the first thing I want you to do is stop running in your dreams. You're not running, you're not being chased, it's you running. And what you're pulling something with you that can't leave you. If you stop running, it'll stop chasing you because it's not really chasing you. Once you stop, it stops. Then it's gonna be like, why was you running? Or why was you chasing me? It's gonna say, because you're running. You know, it's a part of your soul. It's a part of your spirits. Fear is overwhelming you now for you to run. When you pass the fear part, you're gonna unite with your spirits. You got different spirits, hundreds of thousands of them that you have to reunite with back. They're part of your chakra system. But in this part of it, I can't move. I get stuck. Then I wake up. No, you're not supposed to try to move. If you try to move, that's what's going to happen. You're going to wake up. The thing is over once you wake up. You're in another world. You don't use the physical body. You got an astral body. It works off of mind. Mind detect mind. So when you in there and you're not conscious, your conscious mind could see my room, the white walls, green walls, white ceiling, green walls. That's the program you. How could you become conscious in dreams? All right, Ashid, I'm about to break that down with this talk. This gonna be for astronomical. He'll understand, and you'll understand too, Ashid. Just the same principle for it. Well, pretty much now, being that you're running in your dreams or whatever. You know, what was your last statement? You said, "I wake up." All right. The reason now, out of fear, you actually is moving your physical body and you snap. You're on like an invisible umbilical cord, which is your astral body. It only works when the brain paralyzes the body. Your brain is asleep, but your consciousness is still awake. Some of us, through trauma, is afraid to go to that deep sleep. They're afraid of nightmares. It's just a natural thing. So sleep is not something they're really prone to or want. They fall asleep from drinking and smoking and fucking stuff of that nature, instead of like saying, I'm going to bed and lay there and ponder. They don't want to do that. They're going to have some nightmares. So now what happens is, it's it is like they're going to kill me. Yes, astronomical. I'm gonna break it down. Hiblios, biblios, peace and blessings, shaman. That's what it is, my dog. All right. No, but you got to understand, this is serious, astronomical. You asking good questions, and I want to help you to get over this little thing you're going through. So let's break it down real quick now. Like I said, once you're in there, your body, your physical body become paralyzed. Usually you go into two stages of sleep, and you got your REM sleep. This is when you get the spiritual attacks, you have your dreams, everything, when your eyes is flattering back and forth. That's the chakras coming over your eye circles to give you the dream. If you could see it, it'll look like Anubis coming, but I don't want to get too far and too deep. So now, once you start going into REM sleep, your physical body become paralyzed, you understand? And so now you can't move, but you are moving. Your astral body is moving. It's here. It's right here with you. It's in front of me too, right here. But you can't see it with your physical eyes. And it's not operable until you stop moving, because it works with your subconscious mind. So once you start falling asleep, the conscious mind part of you, you go into a zone where we call it from alpha, beta, into REM sleep, hardcore sleep. So what happens is, usually a person will go straight to hardcore sleep because they're going to overwork, drink, whatever. But when you fall into that gap between alpha and beta, those two sleep states, you're going to go into another world. You're going to go into your astral body, meaning you're still kind of semi-conscious of it. This is what's called now lucid dreaming. So now with lucid dreaming taking place, and you semi-conscious of your dreams, you remember some of it, that means your consciousness is there and is actually involved in the dream. So what you have to do is, you have to realize it's not something to scare you. This is what you would be doing unconsciously if you was to go straight into REM sleep. Your astral body leaves, and it plays with all those other creatures and things you're running from, and they are friends. But being that you don't know your conscious mind, when you wake up in your dream and you're seeing it, it spooks you. You're scared of it. You know this world. You know the things here, so you run, you hide, you're thinking something is going to get you. Hit the brakes and stop. You're not in your body no more. You're in an astral body. You're just eyes, really. And your form is like a Casper ghost, a light body that changes upon your experiences on this earth. If you hurt people, if you're a fucked up person, your astral body take the form of whatever it is. So now, once you're in that astral body, say you try to move your physical arm, you're going to wake it up. It's going to snap back in. Then you wake up with your heartbeat racing. You feel like, something just really happened to you, or you just not all the way together in your body yet. You're still coming in now. Your consciousness is coming in, but it's not all the way fully there. So for you now, all you have to do is, when you're in your astral or the semi-lucid dream state, instead of running, say, this is not real. If you start saying this is not real, it's not you gonna do something there. They're gonna realize you're awake now. So you're understanding what's going on. So they will actually stop the dream. Usually you're looking into a person's hand, maybe their forehead, something, because when you become the astral body, so you're in a subatomic world, you become like an orb, and you're dealing on the cell level. It's simple, but it's complicated at the same time. So when you on that subatomic level, the whole walls, the floor, everything is going to disappear, and you'll just be in empty space. This is where lucid dreaming take on another account, where mind come in there. Your mind come in, and if it tells you, say to yourself, I want to go see what my grandmother's doing. In that empty space now, a window is going to open, or it's going to fade, and next thing you know, you're in your mother's room. This is not something that, I don't want you to get it pseudo. Pseudo, you thinking you got out your body. It's another you, and you either teleported to your mother's house, or they don't work like that. This is all brain waves coming in. We're able to pick up like just a regular antenna, because you remember DNA is a radio antenna. So you're full of DNA. So what winds up happening now, you tune in frequencies, just like if you tune in a radio station, a TV station, you could tune cell phone station, keep going up a little bit more, and you'll be up on brainwave frequency, or what we call the Akashic records, the universal consciousness. This, the earth is spinning, so being that it's spinning, it's a magnet, south pole, north pole, you get a magnetic field now going around it. What this is what's called resonance. This resonance captures information onto the invisible, you could say, sphere that's here. You got a few of them that actually become different worlds we occupy. So the Akashic records is the magnetic field. If you was to be in space, the blue circle around the earth that give us light. Light ain't in space. Light only come when it touches the atmosphere, when it hit the Akashic records, the magnetic field and everything. Then we see it as light. And once you get up to a certain height, it gets dark because you pass it. So anyways, now, once you realize you're tapping it into the Akashic records, yes, Priscilla, the inner circle, definitely. You know now that's how you're going to go see your mother. Your consciousness is going into the universal tape deck that is a virtual reality of what she's doing, and you see it. You understand what I'm saying? That's remote viewing. So that's most accessible to human beings when they're in half sleep, half awake. If you're scared, that's even better. That means you're going to be a prophet or a great person, because it's reverence that give you your true ability. That fear is going to always dwell inside you to make you pull out a light. You're going to give off a light in there, and it's the energy you need. So fear is good. It's going to protect you in there. But dreams is not a normal human trait. We took that word dream and we actually think we're projecting something in our mind. When I just told you, you have different bodies, that your consciousness, you're not this body either. You leave this body. It's multiple bodies, but consciousness come into this one to occupy it so you can have a for real experience. But it's just not good. It's got its good and its bad, but it's to evolve you and teach you lessons. So if you hear pleasure seeking and just chilling, you want to know this information, and for you to go out and seek it, because that was your real purpose here. But you got Democratic Party, these parties, the stuff from the corporations, the new iPhones, all distractions to make you just keep reliving your life and feeding the same family. All of them is related, from the black one to the white one. They all related up there, and they one family that knows how to do spells and magic. And they've been using it since Egypt on the people. These is what's called the Hyksos. So they've been doing hexes on y'all, and gospels and a whole bunch of stuff to keep everybody from being what is written about you, what you see in these Egyptian temples, what you hear the guy Jesus says when he says, ye are gods. And for the record, the word Jesus is not a human being. That's from the Hyperborean period. This all is old stuff that meant soul. When you say Jesus, it meant soul. They came now, switched it around, and got y'all chasing something physically, because the soul is inside of you. That's one of your bodies, with the astral being a part of it. That's what I'm trying to show you. So now that you know you have an astral body and you're not really dreaming, you're afraid, and you're doing a mental projection onto the gods, onto like an astral light, because you don't want to face it. I'm summoning, screening Jay Hawkins. Once you're afraid of the astral light, you have what's called mental projections, where you see your sister and then now your daughter, your friend. You're mentally projecting that on like a screen that you're supposed to go through. You're supposed to go through it, come up like a blue screen, a nice color, like it's a magnetic field. And you're supposed to go through that with consciousness, not actually do mental projection. Mental projection usually happen when you have a lot on your mind. Somebody maliced you for the day. Somebody owe you money. Or you just had a great ego experience and you just living it over in your head. It pops up in your dream. So those cannot help you, because it's like a wall that block you from seeing the astral world. Move all that out the way. That's why you have to learn pranayama. You have to learn Patanjali yoga. Hatha yoga is for the mind. once you learn these things, it's like you're not actually doing it to learn these yogas. What you're doing is trying to free your mind, because they implanted this in your mind from in Egypt. Every life you live, you're not a new soul. It's only one bunch of soul that keep coming back, keep coming back. Your energy first. You cannot die. Energy got to transform and change, and eventually when it run out of changes, it come back to where it started from. It's like the earth. It's everything. The cycles. Everything. So there's no new people coming. It's the same people that always was from the beginning, way before the Big Bang. The same people is still here now. So once you get that, you're here evolving this thing you're seeing here to make it almost perfect like your dream world. But it's not there yet. We still have problems. You're born into a world that you have to pay to eat, live. You have to go get a job. These things is not normal. So we still have a lot of fixing up to do. We got from education to racism that is actually suppressing your higher self from rising. So once your higher self rise, you'll be able to do something more with yourself that you will learn as you manifest the part of your dream that you are scared of. Once you face that, you realize, oh shit, it's not that bad. Once you pass that, now you're not gonna dream no more. You're gonna be in space. When you go to sleep, you're gonna be in dark space. And as you now don't think, this is the key to it, you don't think your experience you're supposed to have to evolve you will take place, your destiny experience, the lessons you're supposed to work. Look, let me give you an example. Back in the days, we got epochs, different epochs. Before this new epoch, you could call it the Christian age. Right before it, we had a third eye that worked. And our third eye in the daytime, it made us do energy work. It made our chakras, our cells evolve from a stage 1 or E1 atom to an E4 atom. With it, it also evolved your mind, mental. So you're going to go through all the sciences from nature and learn all the different 4 elements. Once you have mastered that, we're not talking making cell phones and computers. That would be like 1 element. That's like you learned what crystals was, and then you put the crystals and you're making a whole bunch of the same things with crystals. You understand? Dash it away. If after you learn what crystals could do, you dash that away. You go to water now. Then you go to fire. Then you go to earth. You learn everything in order. Once you mastered that, you transcended your evolutionary mind. So now you go from a worm into a cocoon state. Alchemy start, kundalini start coming up, and now you connect your pituitary to your pineal gland, and you're back online. Meaning, at nights now, you would go on astral journeys to the gods, to different planets. The planets is the gods. Ain't nothing changed. It's 2 views. It's a physical view and a spiritual view. So a lot of people haven't been trained to have spiritual eyes, so they literally see it in a literal way. They only see the physical part. But we know things have an aura, a magnetic field. There's love. There is inside of you, your heart, lungs, all these things you can't see, but they're there. So that's how this thing works. It's like a thing you can't see, but your soul, you feel it, it's there. You impulsively act off of it. You act off your emotions. You can't see it, but you know it's there. So once you're in tune that you have something that's invisible, but it's there, then you start tuning into that, because it's that control you. Hey, Shelby, Sybil, my bad. Yeah, Sybil Oracle, how you doing? So now, once you realize that that is the real start of just unlocking what's called your chakras. If you didn't unlock your chakras, let me give you an example how this world works. It's just like the book of Daniel. This is how it is. You got cherubiums here. These cherubiums is what is called chakras. Chakras, cherubiums, same thing. How it works is just like how it is in the book. And this might sound mythical and you won't understand it, because I just say this: when I didn't see these things and I didn't know these things, I always wondered why I didn't know it. How I lived all my life and didn't know this. This was all here. And then you realize, one, you're programmed. Your mind is programmed not to see it. Two, the cherubiums, now we're talking this chakras. Now I'm telling you, imagine a big dragon with wings, right? And when the wings opens, you're in this reality. You're seeing physical stuff. If it closes its wings, you seeing the real world. It moves the stage, and now you're in a spiritual hologram. That it's like a mind. Only your mind can see it because it's a hologram. So now you got two parts to the world. So this is the rings that we're talking about when they say Harry Potter and the rings. These is chakras that they're talking about. So these rings is quadrillions, a zillions of them that we call atoms. If everything is made out of atoms, chakras is smaller than atoms. It's probably like 1,000 chakras in one atom. So now you're seeing it's the chakras that make up everything. And so each chakra, count them now as like a cherubium, and they making you can't see the other world. It's blocked off till you're ready to look, till you're ready to give up certain things. Then all of a sudden, the same shit you see is like, ooh, just slow down, slow down. And you're seeing this energy. It's the subtle energy that come. And you can't really make it out. But when you focus your consciousness on it, you go into it. That's your dream world. That's how that world works. But if you're too much into what you're doing and your ego and this world and you're reading the paper and you're doing this, you can't tune in because it needs your mind to have nothing in it. Then you'll see what you're supposed to be doing. But when you have people putting things in your head, putting things in your mind, you ain't going to be able to see nothing more than what they put into it. And what do they put into it? Music, politics, promotions, commercials, your favorite sitcom, your favorite that, your favorite this. You're not your favorite. You're supposed to be your favorite. You your own favorite, not your favorite show, your favorite actor. Motherfuckers know more about Kobe than they know about themselves and their kids. That shit gotta stop. What could you know about Kobe? Nothing. You wasn't there. The fuck you care about that? You need to care about yourself. You understand what I'm saying? When you care about yourself, everybody care about themselves. The self will make a nation, build the self up. A self nation is one mind. But you can't do that if you into what the white people doing, what the black people doing, what the Chinese people doing, what the French is doing. What the fuck that got to do with you? There you go, astronomical. You're on the right path now. You just passed. I will isolate myself, she said. You just passed to the next level. Ding up. Ah, you get it now? Face your fears. The same fears you're afraid of in your dreams. It manifests in your reality in another way. You could be afraid to progress. You could be afraid to be in a relationship. It has so many frequencies to being afraid manifesting in your physical that has to do with your dream. I am he, and you laugh. No, I know this. I'm good at what I do. I get paid for this, so life is good. But what I'm saying is real. You face your fears in your dreams. You conquered your fears in reality. Only way you're gonna do it is through isolating yourself. Why? Your ego is on this side and your consciousness is on this side. They both in your ear like this. You're the final decision maker. Which one are you gonna listen to? That's the problem. And you're listening to one. Always listening to one. The good, the bad. This is good. This is bad. That's what makes us the judge. They both like this. You wouldn't know good if the bad left. You didn't know what good is. It'll just be. And if the bad left, I mean the good left, you wouldn't know what bad is. It will just be. And that's how you win. Stay in the middle. Choices you don't make. Choices make they self. Do you understand that? If it's for you, it's for you. If you got to go and make a choice, you're compromising yourself. You forfeit your divinity. You forfeit the God in you. Should I just accept everything? Listen, first of all, yes. I'll tell you straight up, yes. Why not? You know why you have to accept everything? I'm gonna give you the oldest world thing in the world. Because one, you're here to learn. If you don't accept something, how you know what not to accept? You first have to learn what to accept. By accepting everything, you filtering it out. This is how it works. Let me tell you. If you come to me and you be like, "Let me $5. I need it bad. I have to get something to eat." And I said, "Okay." And I give you the $5. But I see you put the rest of the money and go buy you some new sneakers and come back and was like, "Thanks." So you come to me 2 more days later, I need $50. I'm going to say no, but you made me say no. I didn't say no. I saw what you did, and my programming programmed me to fix that situation. So, yes, accept everything because it programmed you on the path. You hit the road this way, you ain't going that way no more. You hit this one, you ain't going that. These things that you don't change program you to treat people how they treat you. You got what I'm saying? If you don't do that, then you're going to see yourself imposing your will or just being an ego. It might work your whole life. But you never learned nothing because you was always imposing your will. You always pushing. So the object is to learn about yourself. You don't want to learn about Martin Luther King and Malcolm X. You want to learn about yourself. Only way you're going to learn about yourself is by experiencing something without judging it, experiencing something without neglecting it or saying, nah, no, no. Let it make you. Let it make you whatever it is. Let it make you. Like when you're going to fight and you be like, slap me then. Because you know what you're going to do after that. That's when it's just the same thing. Allow the experience because then you're going to be configured to either accept the experience or learn from it and keep yourself on a good track. If you keep falling into the same hole over and over again, then that's where you belong. That's how the gods judge people. You come in the astral world or the Amtua, whatever you want to call it, and we call it the way in of your heart, not to see if you're good or bad. But you in this world and you into that, that's your thing. You keep falling in the same hole, that's your thing. You're here to make a book, chapters and close chapters. You start chapters and you close chapters. There's no season that stays here 24/7 all year round. Seasons change, everything change. You don't look like the little baby when you first came out the stomach 2 years later. You always changing. You don't look like the baby when you motherfucking 30 years later. What happened to the baby? What happened to the toddler? What happened to the teenager? All of them disappeared. Yo, what's good, Cam? So you got to understand what you're in. And once you understand it's an evolutionary process, you stop, I don't even want to say worrying about other things. Yo, what kills me, motherfuckers just go to work and come home, but they act like they worried about something. What the fuck do you got to be worried about when you just go to work and come home? Whatever's going on out there don't have nothing to do with you. Be real, be real. Let's think about it. Half the shit we watching on Facebook, YouTube, don't have shit to do with us. But we involve our mind into it because we don't want to put our mind into the meditation, into higher thinking, learning real shit. We let European politics, European gadgets, European philosophy, you chase that. They made you them. You chase that. What's going on over here? What's going on over here? Yo, this. Half the shit motherfuckers sent me last year in my inbox. They done forgot about that like it was the world situations last year. Now we got the new situations. Every day it's a new situation. This is how... I can't keep up with that, bro. It's like buying a new pair of Air Jordans that just keep coming out every day. I can't buy into that. My mind ain't going to be configured to know what's the truth. I'm seeking out the truth. I'm not trying to be into the fad. I don't give a fuck what came out. I don't give a fuck who's a star and who isn't. I need to know about me. That's what you need to know about you, because we're the same. You understand? So when I see my peoples chasing around things that don't make them want to face themselves, I feel bad for them, because you got to face yourself. I don't want to hear about no man shit or this nigga shit or that nigga shit. Let that nigga tell me himself, like you tell me yourself. That's how the world works, B. But us, we're the puppets the Democratic Party uses to do all the shit. You see how it's a Black Lives Matter that's out here committing all these little terrorist acts? Because we're criminal minded, man. We don't give a fuck about nothing. All we do is we want to be down. We want to be in. We don't give a fuck. We're being used. Nobody's educated. Everybody's just want to be down. And that's a sorry situation. That's like, you fucked up, you fucked up, you fucked up, so I'm going to be fucked up with y'all. Hell fucking no. Wake up, families. I'm trying to tell you now, because if not, y'all going to be facing something real in a minute. This shit is going to face you. It's on them right now. You're just watching, cheerleading that shit. That shit don't have nothing to do with nobody over here. But when it start fucking with you, you're going to wish you took the time to learn. But until then, that's what it always takes. A motherfucker always got to get shot to stop shit. Always got to get punched in the face. Always got to feel something before he say, all right, I ain't going to do it no more. It ain't got to do that. I'm 17 here, too. I'm trying to get a diplomat now. I didn't show up at school. A diploma, you said, right? Hold on. A diploma now. I didn't show up at school for a year. I have no name. You know what I'm saying? The thing to that is get yours. Any way you can. It's about that. If you don't have a way of sustaining yourself, look at it like you're running your life through Facebook. And then Mark Zuckerberg decide to pull the plug on your account. And you're bitching about him pulling the plug when it's his shit. And you just using his shit. You can't bitch about that. Get your own shit. That's why these motherfuckers feel so powerful. We let them do everything and we depend on that. We as a community, by now, everybody know enough people that they're probably a political power within themselves, just you and your friends. But yet we don't know how to use it in any way to come up in this world more than to be used. Self-sufficient is the key. Liberation, that's right, Cam. Astronomical, the magnet hands. You want to know about that? I got you in a second. Priscilla, read the Jaywalker. Okay, Cam, Chi Energy. You want to learn about Chi Energy? Let's talk about that, and then I'm gonna go back. Let me see if astronomical. How do you do magic? Do your magic. You know what? The magnetic hands. All right, you got it. There is the magnetic hands, and I got them. But you know, as a god, you can't tell how you do your magic. If God was had any witness to him doing this stuff, he wouldn't be God. If Jesus, everybody knew what he did to be, he wouldn't be Jesus. It's the same thing. Any magi, anybody, it's not something you give out. It's a genetic line. It's either you or it's not you. Let me tell you, my stuff came on to me late. I don't know. Y'all is way ahead of me. I didn't care about this stuff. I would be listening to rap music and probably looking at girls. What y'all is interested in today, it shows y'all is on the right path. Remember, these is chakras in your body that has to activate. You got a government system that don't provide or sustain the condition for you to activate. Let me give you a few examples real quick. Like our Bible. It's a Sanskrit book of the Vedas and the Mahabharata and a whole bunch of Sanskrit writings that date back to the what we call it, the Hyperborean period. This is when they ruled, right before Mohammedans. Mohammedans still came in before the Egyptians and all that period. The period before, this is what I'm saying, was Mohammedan, the Syrian period. But prior before that was the Hyperborean. The Hyperborean would have been the people from the north and the south. You're talking just the Ecuadorical people, more Vikings and primitive Africans. These is the people of the Hyperborean, would been called the people of Lemuria and the people of Asgard, if you want to break it down, with their story being, this is deep science. The gods, like if you knew yourself, you have control of this world, but you don't know how your chakras work. And Hyperborea had demolished same way like Atlantis did, but it was through the Buddha masters, because the Buddha masters mastered being here and being somebody else. They did the transfiguration that's in the Bible. It's a real thing you could do. Everybody, your astral body becomes your real body, but you could be here in someplace else with flesh. You understand? These is in the Buddha book, so they had to destroy all the temples, get rid of all the information, and that's why all of us is having mental disease right now. That's why Cam is interested in chi. He knows why he been here before. Everybody, y'all just don't need to go study other people. You need to study yourself to see why you do the things you do. Then you realize you've been here already and you're looking for what you started doing. It's that simple. You have a question because you run away from yourself. Yeah, that's the number one thing you have to first do, Cam. And opening your chakras, which is energy work. I would recommend spending time in the sun, spending time in nature. What activated chakras is not here now, because everybody from the Europeans, everything is covered. You would have had, if it was chakra activation, natural land, excuse me, no pavement, no buildings, no cars. These things prevent what we call epigenetics. You know, you got your DNA is reacting with the environment you're in. It's all part of one, and so you can't evolve on an artificial environment. You have to be in nature. Your DNA belongs in nature. That's why a lot of Europeans back in the days, they used to send their children all over the world to different places. They became the geniuses because they went and completed their DNA and their chakras. Your chakras is spread out all over the world. And by you spending time in nature in different places, they get them. That's why they came back and became geniuses, such as your Shakespeare and, John Dee and all those people, Beacon, Paracelsus. You got so many of them. They was first what we call anthropologists and all this stuff that just go around, but they wasn't just collecting artifacts. They actually knew how to do alchemy. And so alchemy was you being one with nature to unlock your seven seals, your seven chakras. When it's not seven chakras, it's like more like around 40 chakras, but you only need to know the seven main gates. That's going to open up. And the journey from then on is a forever journey. You go higher and higher and higher and higher. The more higher you go, the more intelligence you get. The more higher you go, the more you have a brain magnetic field, a strong magnetic pull on your mind. And so you could tune frequencies easy. You could tune the magnetic field of the earth or the Akashic record. So you doing it right, and you put in some years of doing it, you close your eyes and say, what Cam doing? And you just flying over Cam, like if you're on the carpet and you see what Cam is doing, watching him, and he don't even know you're right there watching everything. Yes, you can do that. All of us have the right to do that. So, it's called psychic. And the thing is, oh, that's special. I could call a psychic. I need a psychic. No, you are a psychic. When they're talking psychic is nothing but your soul. You see, if we don't keep up, the Bible is all contaminated. I wouldn't fuck with religion. Religion is going to program you. Come see me and I will break it down to you. It's like you got to know all the other books to understand it. So in the Bible, it says God made man the soul, not the flesh. God made man the soul. Then they talk about circumcision. Circumcise yourself. Get off your consciousness from your body. It don't mean to circumcise your penis. That it was they took the term circumcise. Our ancestors made that up. Circumcise means cut off yourself, your consciousness from your body. Then later on, Europeans said, okay, we're gonna make it the shedding of the penis. So that's what circumcision means today. Just like a virgin didn't mean a woman who ain't been penetrated, it meant a single woman. That's why they say a single woman is having a child, or in their term, a baby, the virgin is having a child. No, it just meant single woman. So you have to know what things meant. But you have to separate your consciousness from the flesh to be able to do everything that I'm telling you. And everybody could do it. So you're psychic, you're psychic, you're psychic, you're psychic, but you just don't want it. You'd rather play with iPhones and Facebook. The more you isolate yourself, the more you take off yourself. The more you remember. You don't have to remember. Just stop doing shit. The more you do, the more you put on yourself. It's that simple. Once you ain't doing shit, another you come out. Got to tap into nature and get into the sun as well. Yes, Cam. So let me speak on chi real quick for you since you're there right now. All right, this chi energy we're talking about. What is this chi energy? Everybody hear about it. Well, chi energy is kind of simple. Chi energy is part of our what we call our life force energy, and it breaks into three energies. One energy, we get it. It's in the air as ethereal energy. It gives us life. It's what keeps not this body going, those invisible bodies. You have three other invisible bodies. Who are you? You ever want to know who's the self? Because you got the I, you got the self. Those are two different things. The self is the real you. This is what came with you and is going to go back with you. The self is also called the ego. You're your ego. You can't get rid of your ego. You have to train your ego. If you that's I don't understand when people like I'm getting rid of my ego. I have no ego. Oh, you got ego. You are your ego. Your ego made you survive. Your ego brought you here. So you have to train your ego from being an asshole. That's your job. You have to train your ego from attaching itself. You have to train your ego from being so sexually active. You have to train your ego to eat so much so that the body could resonate at its right BMI. Your BMI is for you to leave your body. If you're not at your BMI, it's going to hurt like a motherfucker. It hurts. Yeah, that's when you feel pressure in your head. I don't even want to tell you what it is to pull yourself out your body. Like literally, if I could just pull another me right up to here, the pain and pressure you're gonna feel just to come here. Plus, you can't breathe no more. You can't move no more. You better be mine. You better be feng shui with it, because you're gonna snap back in and it hurts. So, but when you do it naturally sleeping, it just naturally happen. But when you like doing it under yoga, meditation, or purposely body doubling, it's an experience. You know, it suffocates you first. It's like you're gonna lose your breath. Some of y'all have experienced that, like a dark cloud come over you, and you just can't breathe for a second. Well, that's it, and then you pass out there. You just float out yourself. But if you was to be conscious of it and you feeling yourself floating, you're like, what the fuck is this? And if you try to move now, then you're realizing you're trying to move not you, the body behind you. And you getting it's like what could we call it? It's like a fuzz coming and zzz, it's like it's gonna glitch out. If you do it, you don't know where you going, so you'd be damn if you do or you damn if you don't. So you might as well stay out. You understand? Because the glitching in is something else. But once you understand that, chakra work is actually putting in energy work. Energy work is not like what we think. Energy work is you giving back to the ancestors a little bit of your energy. So energy work will be like, say this was a 5 pound round ball. Just like the Egyptians, you'll be on your knees with your toes bent, holding the 5 pound ball with your hand extended till you start shaking. What am I doing in the reality? I'm expanding my magnetic field. I'm making my field bigger when I do these exercises. So energy work is expansion of your magnetic field. Once you expand your magnetic field, you're able to touch people all over the world. You're able to project yourself. You're able to fly your UFO. You're a UFO too. At your core, which is called your Markava, is a UFO, and you have to learn how to fly it. So once you activated all the chakras, the 1,000 petals up here and out your crown, that means you could fly out your head. It unzips and you come out. That's now when your UFO have to come in. When you're going through the first level of your chakras, let me give you an idea. When you're in your Mudalara chakra, that's your root chakra, it's like the chakra of grounding, rooting. And a lot of us is not rooted. We don't know when our next dollar's coming in. We struggling. When you have these type of issues, you block your root chakra. And when you have a blocked root chakra, this is when you start worrying. Worries is the number one cause, is a number one symptom of a blocked root chakra. And can't pay your bills, can't survive. Once you conquer those, your root chakra open. The root chakra is your grounding of yourself. You're grounded on this earth. You're grounded in this reality. That's what it means. It also is responsible for your sexuality and your emotions too. So, but the main purpose for you to go from one chakra to the other is now the grounding of yourself, self-sustaining yourself, that you got to come to life. That's why most when people first open up their chakra, start this I shit. You get around them, this ego, I, me. I am. That's good. But you got to outgrow that because that's the ego untrained. You're just waking up to yourself, the ego, the self. You understand? Once you pass that now, you start realizing this is when the temple of Isis come in, know thyself now. So you gotta know the self. You see your friend with a nice phone, you get jealous. You wanna close the door on that motherfucker. You gotta know yourself and fix those things now. Cause you might not know you're doing it consciously and you just act out and do it. And so you gotta be able to see it and want to change it. These things you're changing is called forces. Forces within yourself. These forces within yourself now is actually the gods. You have them in you. They control your chakras. That's why you have invisible chakras that's run by an invisible endocrinology system that is part of your ganglion system. That's the only way they could track it is through the ganglion system of your spinal cord. You understand what I'm saying? So you have that now that projects your emotions. So you hungry, the gods and Mars just send a little signal, a chemical go off in your stomach and you say, I'm hungry. They control you. That's why you have astrology and the zodiacs. Y'all follow that and they tell you what's going to happen tomorrow, what's going to happen the next day. That's real until you become a master. That's what's called a master. Because the stars control it. Let me show you. If you want to see, I got the book right here. Oh, okay. Hold on 1 second. Let me show you the book. In the book, you'll be able to see the picture. 1 second. There's the book. I just had it. 1 minute. It's a good picture to look at because it'll give you a great understanding of what influences is on you. Where did I put it? Oh, let me see. I think I have another one. 1 second, y'all. I'm still here with y'all, but I got what's called the McDonald's Almanac, and in it, it got the zodiac animals and the different organs they're attached to. I always post it. If I don't get to find it now, look at it for it in my post on Facebook. But those zodiac animals that's attached to each organ those is what secrete the chemicals that you feel, the emotions that you feel, and make you act out the way you act. That's why, sometimes the moon and the planets control the tide and woman's menstrual and your emotions. So when they say you're a master, with the M standing for matter, you're a soul that came into matter. And the aster is the Persian word for stars. That's what they call aster. It was called Zoroaster. So they was actually masters of the stars. That's what Zo means. Zo is a master. That comes from actually the Syrian Mohammedan period. They used the word Zo. That was their name for masters. So they got rid of it in history, but the last of it, which was the beginning of the new epoch, the first of the peoples, was the Zoroastrians, who started a so-called semi-religion. It wasn't together yet. They only knew about darkness and light, and that there was a higher force. They started that. The Jews took that, and then they went from Persia to Egypt, and they took some of their stuff. They took some from Babylon, and they made up Judaism. Oh, don't forget, really, in Sanskrit, because it's all ancient Buddhism. So once you understand that it's ancient Buddhism you're doing, you understand what's really going on now. I can't find the book to show y'all the picture. I looked around, but if I do, before this is over, I will pull it out. So, anyways, once you realize that you're the Zo, or the M in Aster, and your job is to master the emotions, the stars, the feelings that they're pushing on you, and don't be reactive. You're a reactor. You don't want to be a reactor. You want to be an actor. You want to act. You don't want to react to something. If you react to something, you're using just your five senses. Hello, hi, how you doing? Oh, I'm hungry, I eat. So those things is just reacting. You have to be able to think. There's a saying, for those with eyes, let them see, those with ears, let them hear. That's a real thing, because you could be seeing something, but your eyes isn't connected to your mind to perceive it and have full understanding of it. You just know it from what people say. Like, they be like, this is a lighter. You say this is a lighter. You don't really have it connected to your brain and could fully understand it. So this is what your job is with your chakras, to relearn to want to know what everything is through nature, and through being in certain places at certain time. It reactivates your chakras. So once you're able to reactivate your chakras, boy, you're going on an incredible journey. But you have to get over your emotional self. That's important. All right. So, um, okay, what's going on? Being is an acting of conscious doing. You must be alive. Being believe, be liveth. Yes, we was talking about the chi energy. We was going back to that. So let me just finish up on that with the chi energy. Now, this is the prominence. These what we call, when it's in the air, it has two names. It's called ethereal energy, which was what the Greeks named the ethereal energy. Prior to that, the Africans already defined it under what we call Orphicism. Anything with Orphic, or the old word, it goes back to the first Africans. This is where you get Plato, you get the Odyssey, Homer. They're talking about the gods from the Nubians and the gods from the Africans. So in their time now, before it was called ethereal energy, it was called ordic energy. Ordic, or orgone energy, or orgasmic energy. Yeah, that's it, AC, orgone energy. So before it was called orgone energy, it was called ordic. And so we got the Orphics, and you have it's a few names that comes on from these, the Eleasian field and the Eleasian mysteries. These is from Orphic times, and they have that science down pat. So when Plato and them coming back with it, they coming with something already that was old, but they made it, they just rebrought it back out. So the Pythagoras, all them people, it's the same old science, but just they refound it, or they was reissued to them to bring it out and receive the credit for it. So anyways, now Back when it was called orgon energy, it still go back further. And it was just called OD, and the OD stood for Odudwa, and you had Obatala. These is the original name of the snakes on the Caduceus. It went from Obatala, Odudwa, and being called orgon energy when we had the Scythians, that's what they call them, which will become your Scandinavian people. They took it to Odin. It became from the Ordic energy to Odin. Odin became the next name for it, and from Odin, they took the OD again, and then in English add the G to it, and you get God, God. You understand? It's still the same Ordic energy, same principle, but they hide it at different period. The story of Odin is the same story of Jesus and the gods. So everything don't change. They just switch it around per culture, so it seems like it's adapted to that specific culture, but it's one universal language, one universal thing. So this original energy called orgasmic energy is what's called the sexual and excuse me, the sexual energy, what's called also the life principle. If you put in Google life principle, you'll see it's going to come up with that energy, the creative energy. Creative energy is just sexual energy, also called the life force in Star Wars, may the force be with you. So now that you know that this energy, it comes into your body through the scrotums, through the penis, and I mean through the woman's two ovary, her eggs, and through the man's two testicles in his pants. I mean in his balls. These balls, one is always higher than the other. They're not even, so that's how it worked. These two balls is called Ida and Pingala today, and the woman is the same thing, Ida and Pingala, which runs up the spine. So now you understand the energy comes in as orgasmic energy or sexual energy. So when it gets to the first root chakra, that's what it is. But when it gets to the second chakra now, that's the chakra in your spine at the back, it takes on a new energy called chi energy. Chi energy now is the same sexual energy that is being converted into organ energy for your organs. You understand? It's organs. So when you talk, your cells get the mitochondria, the membrane in your cell get a certain amount of boost up of energy, like it was to charge a droop, and that's organic organ energy. So now as you talk, it goes down, it goes down. If you listen, it go down, it go down. If you pay attention, it go down, it go down. When you stop talking and doing that, it goes up, it goes up, it goes up. So that's why people meditate. It goes up, it goes up, it goes up. They get so much of it that they give it out to other people. That's what Reiki is, and that energy that we give off. So you understand that principle real quick. Chi energy is the energy for the body that it actually now changes when it get up to your heart. At your heart, it becomes the black sun. It changes to another energy. I know it is Shem. It has many names, but that energy now for your upper part of your torso is the black sun. You got the red sun down here, the regular sun, but up here is a different sun that takes this energy. So the reason why we're not in tune with it is because you go, well, my eggs got taken out my ovaries. How could that be? Then I would be dead because I don't have the ovary eggs. No, it don't work off your physical ovary eggs. You get your physical ovary eggs from your astral ovary eggs. So there's people who got their arms chopped off and they still got feeling in that area like if their arm was there because they have an astral arm. You can't cut off the arm. You could cut off the physical arm, but the astral arm is still there. You can still feel. You understand? So you get your sexual energy, your orgasmic energy don't come from your physical scrotum or your physical ovaries. It comes from the astral body one. And that's where it goes into, it feeds into that body, and then it trickles down into your physical body. The same thing when you eat, when you do energy work, it goes from your body and trickle up to your astral body. It needs both. And then you're the eventual benefactor of all the energies that comes with your astral body coming alive. You're here to create your body, everlasting body, eternal you, but it's through the astral. So we playing around in the astral, doing all these things, but nobody know how to create their eternal body. That's now you're talking draconian science, the real shit that the Illuminati don't want you to know, that you have to create something here for you to exist and live on. So most of the people don't know that. They just thinking, oh, I could astral project and I could leave. No, you and your astral, there's two different identities. You're going to unite yourself with it, with you actually providing the flesh everything it needs for it to have a second existence. That's why you see all those people who practice metaphysical was mad skinny, and they get sucked in because their body is being absorbed into their astral body. So you have Buddha masters who was able to pop up in Persia, pop up in Egypt, and within seconds, like if he was teleporting, and he was like physical. This is now what happened when you learn all these sciences. That's what's called a siddhas. That's one of the highest ranking person. A siddhas will be considered a magi, a magician now. When you say a siddhas, that was what it originally said. It did not say magi. Magi is a new word that the Europeans created. It would have been the word siddhas that would have been there. You understand? And it's an actual science. You could Google it that people practice. They it don't work for everybody, but we're here now. With these generations that came in, it's the siddhas is back, and so they want their science back. And it's not really about the pose as much as just remembering. So it's like you pick up the book and you read a few and you remember everything. Like the Sufis, right? Like the Sufis. The Sufis is the same type of people exactly, which is more like shamans, mystics. You see, before they was commissioned, the Jews was commissioned to write a book for the state religion, which was Judaism. They actually practice what's called mysticism. That's what they are, mystics. And the book, when you read the Bible, you'll never understand it. Don't even do it to yourself, because it's not made to be read, and it's not literal. So everything in there got to be explained. It's like the Zohar, you understand? But we took it literal and don't know what's meaning. And so for us, we don't believe in it because the meaning don't add up to what happened. But we're not supposed to take it literal. It's not a literal story. It's a story about your soul. None of it is physical, but they're not going to tell you that. You understand? I'm putting you on because I have to learn all these things. I'm with these crazy spirits and all these other stuff. I have to know what it is. So I study hard. I don't study 1492 knowledge. We came here in 1492. This is 2021. What could you teach me? You only been here a few years. So people out here like in the West or in America that write these books, they're speculators. They don't know nothing. I read books from the East. We've been here. They already had everything mapped out. If I see something in those books that don't add up to what I see today, I know they're lying today. So, you got to understand, we're more from the back, not the front. The front is more of a lie. If we go forward in time, more of a lie, more of a cover up. Whoever it is writes the history. So we're under his story. Black History Month. We're provided with a month, and we're provided with the information to fill in for the month. Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, Harriet Tubman. This shit is bullshit. It's a disrespect. That's White History Month for them to feel good because they're the one who was punishing us and doing everything. So don't listen to none of that shit. The ancient ones are coming back. They already here, astronomical. You're him. You just don't remember. But as long as you play with devices, you'll never remember. To remember is to ponder, to be bored as fuck. When you bored as fuck, another you come out. The one who remember. So you got to remember that. Lockdown isn't a bad thing. The lockdown is giving you the time to reflect on who you are. And it makes you the creator now. You start creating everything for yourself. And that's what we was lacking before. We was running to go get a job, go get a job. But when you work, you're just going to work for the rest of your life because you're getting built up liabilities. The idea is to work to get enough to go start your own business. Mind your business. Don't mind somebody else's business. Don't put effort into them. What happens with us is that when we get off work, we want to kick back and have a beer and go play. We're kids. We're still babies. You always working. You never not working. When you get off work, you work for yourself now. Even if it's just contemplating what am I going to do, you work for yourself. But when you come home and just chill and you're enjoying a plate of food and you're watching TV, what the fuck are you doing? What are you doing? You ain't doing shit. And then you go back the next day and you get a bullshit paycheck and it's finished before the month is over, the week is up, but you cut short. You got to get your own. This is a free world to create and not a free world to be a servant and or a slave, and get that shit out your head. Use it as a startup, but get your own. Sexual power getting converted to Ojos. That's right, Quael. Quael, what's going on? It's good seeing you. That's right. Um, Nothing wrong with reading, use and apply it. Oh, reading is the shit. Let me tell you. I just say this about reading so we get a quick understanding. Without reading is gnosis. Your soul cannot pass your Deldabath, and he's 1,000,000% real. I'm telling you, I'm with him. I've been with him for the longest. He's roughing me up there. Shut up. Don't go on Facebook. Listen, your Deldabath sees your light. If you don't have knowledge, that's the only way you're going to get past them. If you don't read, you don't have a palette to create with. It's like you only know what's up. Hey, what's going on? Really? What's up? What's going on? Yeah, really? I'm saying. That's all you're going to have in you. You read, your vocabulary get bigger. Your palette got more choices on it. You're not dyslexic no more. You have a way to express what's inside of you. But if you don't have words, you can't express shit. You're a prisoner in your body. You get it? So it's good to read. When you do that, you imagine. You can't imagine. You imagine. Listen what I said. You can't imagine. You imagine. So what are you doing? You're creating something inside of you. You're creating your worlds that was already there that became darkness now. So when you start reading, you start picturing in your head what it was, what you see, because it was the world you came from. You're not what somebody's saying, not how they see it. Your world is unique to you. Like, you're not sitting in this chair with me. We don't vibrate on the same frequency, the same resonance. No, you your own. You came from your own. I came from my own. We have one source creator, yes, but we're all God. Jesus came to say, that's what the ancestors always knew. You're here to be a God. Anything else, you're in the way. You understand? Reading is boring. It's not as boring astronomical. You're reading the wrong books. That's all it is. You understand? It's fundamental though. Cam, you too, you're reading the wrong books. I got books that I can't wait to read. I'm dying to read. I want some time. That's all I do. What are you talking about? Let me tell you something. I'm going to call y'all out. I'm going to call y'all out. There's some motherfuckers that love to take the shortcut out of life. Want somebody to tell it to them. Give it to me. Give it to me. Motherfucker, you got to earn it. You got to get it yourself. Ain't nothing going to be given to nobody. You get that? If you don't fucking read, you're going to be a stupid motherfucker. Straight talk. So stop all that give it to me. That's YouTube. What the fuck have you learned from that? Nothing. Your brain is all fucking clogged up now with bullshit. That's all it do for you. Read. That's what the world do. Read. YouTube, Facebook is a joke. Do you understand that? If you don't understand that, you're going to be in this grief, panic, and scared like how Astronomical was. That's Facebook doing it to you. That's YouTube doing it to you. Not you doing it to yourself. You understand what I'm saying? So once you leave that demographics, you will seek out what's important to you. You'll seek out what you need, not what's in. It's nothing changed. Nobody changed. You got to change yourself. And the only one who's gonna you're gonna change yourself is spending time with yourself, so you know what the fuck to change about yourself. You understand what I'm saying? So let's get back to this real quick now. Once you get these energies flowing through you, this is the energy work with chi. Chi is the key to unlocking your chakras. When a certain amount, I download PDF books to read of. I don't have the money to pay. Me neither, Sybil Oracle. I download them all day. Can you speak on the orbs and bar lines? Okay, I'll speak on the orbs and bar lines, but you see, that's a lot right there. All right, the orbs. That's what you need to understand, and like, ask yourself that question: why you don't see orbs? It's millions of orbs here. I first started seeing orbs out here in Jamaica, and I was scared to death of them. And that's important because orbs control this reality. Orbs control what you see. Orbs is who you are when you leave the physical body or orb. I see white orbs in the sky. That's right, perfection. That's what you're supposed to see. Orbs can manifest from an orb into a big form, but how it travels as orbs. So there's orbs here. First thing you got to realize. I asked myself the same question again. How come I didn't see these things? What the fuck happened? And I realized we was programmed. It goes back to that. I'm a hood dude. Did everything. I didn't see none of this because that was that program. Who I am now, I'm me. I'm not nobody. Nobody in copy. I don't copy nobody. I don't even watch TV, watch nobody video. I'm me. I, I know I got mirror neurons, and if I watch somebody, I'm going to copy something from them. So I don't even watch nobody because I'm going to copy. I'm liable to do that. It's a human trait. I don't want nobody's trait in me. I'm a god. I have to be me. You understand what I'm saying? So that's the first rule when you're gonna play this game. You have to be you. Somebody telling you no. I don't want to know. No, I don't care. No, no, I'm good. You get that? Anki, I need help with orbs and eye floatings. Mines have designated, designed the beings and eye floaties. Okay, god damn it. Yeah, I'll be trying to hit up on some subjects. I see it's time. It's 2021. All right, look. Everybody knows sun staring make you have these little orb lights. If you didn't know sun staring basics, sun staring is you stare into the sun. You're gonna see different colors, but you're never gonna see a color that's not in the chakra line. Learn the chakras and you know what energy is going to what part of your body. The chakras is the colors that you see when you stare into the sun. You're going to see the magenta or that pinkish color. You're going to see the green and the blue. Only those colors you're going to see. It tells you where the energy is going at on your body. You do that for a while. You see the post. It's a NASA post. Sun staring give you superhuman abilities. That's what happens next. After about a year of sun staring every day, your body now, it don't heal your body. It heals everything. It cuts your craving. It makes your connection pituitary to your pineal. It activates your kundalini in a way that it don't upset you, don't hurt you, don't go through emotions. It makes this tighten up right here looking so you get the pineal push and uncalcify from doing it every day. And you're able to read in light, see in light. This is where you get to see the soul, the ancestors. It's in reflection. Okay, so now that you know you're staring in the sun, you're going to see little big orb lights. You know, these big orbs, I try to tell everybody how it works. You will actually stare into the light. Stare at the light right there. You stare into the light. Say you stare at the light. When you close your eyes real quick, you're going to still see that light there for a second. Stare at your light bulb. Now, close your eyes. You're going to still see your light bulb. Okay. If you keep staring at it, eventually it's going to fade. Why does it fade? It's your mind that makes it fade. It's your weak magnetic field that makes it fade. It's going to fade. If you have a strong magnetic field and a strong mind, you can hold it right in front of you. You can hold it in front of you and then push your consciousness through it. This is possible. That's what I do. So when you push through it, what happens? You're in a tunnel now. Look like a cave. You're going fast through it. Fast through it. When you come out, you're in space. Then you're in front of a big face, the Godhead. A big face. From there, you go into his eyes. When you go in his eyes, you're in a tunnel now. Cave. Hieroglyphs is all over the place. You can't miss it. Some people just in the dark and they see like a magenta little net like thing floating around in the background. That's the Godhead. That's the tunnel you have to go through. Once you can grab it, it stops. Once it stops, it starts coming and it covers you. You're gone. That's when it goes through you. It's scary looking as fuck. So if you ain't got a strong heart and you're scared of things, you ain't gonna be able to do it. But if you are, once you get in that cave, you're coming out in another world. You're coming out in a fairy world. You're coming out on top of a dragon, flying you over the city. You see everything. There's nothing off limits. Then you have to learn to fly by yourself. So you're being carried around. You're being helped by your chakra gods or the dragon. The dragon is what's called the magnetic field. That's why it's a circle. You always see a dragon biting its tail because it's a chakra. It's the magnetic field in the chakra. You understand what I'm saying? So once you understand that, you see why the Egyptians are stabbing the snake, the serpent, the tail. The stab is the eye of Ra or Sakmet. Because you know Ra, it's not Ra eye. Just for the record, that's Sakmet's eye. Sakmet gives Ra the eye. So that's the eye of Sakmet, Shakti, called in Indian, which is still Kundalini. She runs everything. So once you understand that part of it, you become the eye, and you travel now as just the eyes. Just the eyes, and you see everything. That's when you be a seer. So this is where now y'all saying the orbs come in. And start off with the orb, going through the orb. The orb is alive. The orb is conscious. The orb is hearing me right now, going to cuss me out tonight. But it's real. You understand what I'm saying? So that's what you want to know. And, you know, I don't disclose this part of information, but it's 2021. We can't just keep it in one part. There's so much of it I could disclose everything and y'all still won't know nothing. You understand? Now, this is brought to you by Squigglies. We call it Squigglies. Cam know what I'm talking about. These is in your eyes. These little things that be floating around. Once your sun's staring up, they come alive. You're giving them radiation. They come alive off radiation. No more several, bro. Time to reveal. LOL. No, I'm giving you a incentive. It doesn't mean that's how it is. I got people already who's doing it and is in fear factor, wish they never did it. You're not cleared yet. You just enter into the underworld if you could get in from what I just said. And the Squigglies built a being, bro. I swear it comes in slow and stops and just does things, but how do I activate it or enter it? Cam, you still got too much on your mind. It activates it on you when you clear your mind. Your mind isn't clear enough. You either want it too bad, you're playing with it, you're not being Cam the angel. You're an angel too. For you to be an angel, you got to forget about Cam. You got to forget about trying to do it. You already got the instructions in you. It's like a UFO. And I said, go, here's the keys. And you're like, I don't know how to fly it. Yes, you do. You've been flying it. Stop trying to remember how to fly it. Just go fly it. It's like I throw you off the side of a mountain and you realize you can fly. But if I tell you, you're going to be like, nah, I can't. I remember you said the Kundalini, the dragon, takes you on the journey, and when you pass the battle, you get rewarded. Yes, every time. But just been feeling myself now. Well, this is, you got to overcome all your fears, all your egos first. You got to take time and spend time with yourself because you got all the tools. Those things that we call in these squigglies is what the Egyptians draw as the dragon, the owl, the bird, all on top of each other. Well, when you get it right and it's done, you have them all as options in your eyes, like a whole bunch of different options, and you use different ones to go to different places. So if you're able to take them now, it's like you did mitosis. It's only one circle. That's a chakra. That's how I first started seeing. It's like the same when you drop a pebble in the water and you get that little ripple. I started noticing ripples, ripples in the seawater, ripples in my bathtub when the water hit the. It was showing me these ripples. I looked up in the sky. I see the halo thing around the sun, a ripple. Everything is this ripple. Next thing you know, I start seeing them in my eyes. Once I start seeing them in my eyes, that was it. It was like I remembered. And mitosis started taking place. Mitosis. You hear that word? Mitosis is a clue. I'm giving you a big clue right there. Do mitosis. When you do mitosis, is the word, the logo. You put yourself in there, in the chakra. You become a chakra god. You ain't gonna get these secrets in no place. There's people that's gonna be not even from our world trying to get in there. Listen to me. When you do these things, you remember. I don't have to give you instructions. I help people who stuck in there and instruct them. I'm like Anubis, the Hierophant. But it's a lot of newbies, and it's 2021. I do believe we're gonna be in a lot of trouble. Y'all better be prepared. There's something coming up this year, and I'm worried for y'all. But if you learn this, you're gonna be good. That's why I don't talk too much. That's why I don't come on. This is what y'all know what y'all doing to me when y'all get me on. Y'all be trying to have me, especially you, Cam. That's why I don't be wanting to talk to your ass. You trying to get some truth out of me, but it is what it is. I'm just fucking with you. I remember you said the Kundalini, the dragon takes you on the journey. I already read that one. Been just feeling myself now. Yes. Salute. Thank you, Priscilla. Bless you. It's like life is just guiding me and I'm just being patient with it and allowing it to show me itself and unravel for me rather than have to have a lot of time pondering in silence. Let me tell you something about that. That's a very important thing. You see, silence is the key to this. Madame Blavatsky wrote the book The Silence. I'm gonna put you onto a game. I actually started the herbs thing. You see the herbs there. I keep so much bags of herbs. Y'all want to order herbs? Y'all order herbs for me. I get into probiotics, and I'm do that on another one. Y'all don't be interested in healing and health. Y'all want to know. Y'all want to know about this stuff. I know y'all. Lord. Okay, but anyway, like I'm saying now, the silence. Madame Blavatsky, she wrote the book on it, and I just showed you the herbs, tapping into it. I didn't have a book on herbs, and nobody taught me. Spirits taught me. They came and showed me all around, showed me every flower, showed me what everything was. But I had to go into silence. When I say I had to go into silence, not like you think. I didn't go into silence for a few hours. I went into silence for a few days. About day 2, we kicked in. I'm flying over my garden. I don't know. One time I did it, and I've been chasing it till I found how to do it consciously myself. Took me a while to figure it out. I did it. I know how I did it, but I did it. Then I wanted to know how I did it. I kept experimenting. I kill myself. Well, every night I kill myself, y'all. Y'all don't know. Enki dies every night. I do that shit for real. You understand? So I be out. I'll be out. I leave. If I come back the next day, I'll be thanking God. Oh shit, I made it. Cause I die. I'll be. Sometime I have to touch the chair to make sure I'm here. I'm someplace else, and I feel everything. So, like I was saying, now I'm flying over my garden, and they'll show me a herb. They be like, that one, this one right there, that one, and I'm like, what the fuck is this? And I mean, it's like 12K clear, 20K clear. I see everything. I could count the ribs on the leaf. That's how clear it is. So the next guy, I just go and get the leaf and I look at it because I'll be meditating at night. You can't really see the yard, so I wait till the next day. And when I go out there and pick it up and go research what it is, I got some of the greatest medicine in the world. Back about the silence. I wouldn't do that if I pay attention so hard to detail. I'm a very detail man. One thing, a God man is a detail man because everything counts. Forces is everything. So I wanted to know. No, my uncle would talk to me, and I noticed I tried to do it that night. It wouldn't work. If I talk, it wouldn't work. So I stood quiet. Told him, stay away from me. Shh, shh. 24 hours passed. So let me try it now. Poof. I had no problem leaving my body. I'm floating right over my yard, seeing the neighbors, getting all the trees. And so it became a thing for me to be in the silence because I was learning higher things. These higher things got me into what's called naturopathy now. It's like natural biology, biochemistry, and making the extracts. And it's not just making these things, and I'm not talking egotistically. I mean, I've been healing people from cancer, fibroids, and I'm not just healing it here in my neighborhood. I'll send these herbs to the United States and then tell them how to do the extract and say, do this, do that. And I'm healing people remotely just by being on video chats with them, healing a lot of people. It's like a profession. So just being in the silence, just being in the silence was the only way you could tap into the ethereal world, the world of plants. The astral world is cool. It's emotions, ego, desires, pleasures. But the ethereal world is the world of the gods, plants, planets, treasures, secrets, the dead. They come back and show you where they left stuff at, where treasures is at, where things is buried at. I've seen so many. If this was in America, I would have went and picked up everything I see. I'm in a foreign place that I don't even know my way around the corner. I get lost. So I see these things. They're here. They're all over. But I'm giving y'all an incentive, something to make you go and do this, to leave the external world of hurt and pain, lies, things that's not real, and focus on you. Here I am. I'm in a third world country, and I'm a first world man, but I didn't lose my mind. I gained more power. You can do that over there if you leave those things. I don't have those things. So that's the difference. I was able to focus because I didn't have those things. When I had those things, I was a gangster. I was in trouble. I was doing all types of shit. I'm telling you now, leave those things alone because look where I'm at today. And they had to pull me out of it to see this. You could see this and be greater than what I'm talking about. This is where the future is headed. The distractions from the political things to the TVs, that's what it is, a distraction. I don't have to down them. I don't have to talk about them. Y'all get it. Y'all get it. Y'all wouldn't be still watching this and focus on it and knowing y'all getting some jewels off of it if y'all didn't get it. Y'all got it. Don't doubt yourself. Apply it now. Learn it. Listen, he's giving you the keys. Listen and apply. That's what I'm saying. Apply it. Try it. It's for you. It's not for them. They're jealous. It don't exist. Cut it out this world. Get rid of it. No. It don't work for us, so it don't work. It's not real. It's real. I'm telling you, it's more than beyond real. I'm on my way out. Y'all is on your way in. I didn't get it on my way in. I was a slave. I was a servant. I was doing what the Democrats set me up to do, and I just was like a rabbit running through the maze. Y'all could fly over the maze now. Y'all can see what's gonna happen in the next hour before it happens. Y'all can see what's gonna happen tomorrow before it happens. That's what I could do now, and I wish I could have did it when I was young. So what I'm trying to tell you is something great if you leave the bullshit alone. I wouldn't tell you to do it for no reason. If I let you into my life, you'll just hear applauses, praises, and amazements from every angle. I help people. I do things for people. I don't do it for money. If you're out chasing money, you don't have a future with yourself. You're selling your soul out. You're a prostitute hoeing your services. When it's your time, you're going to get your money from what you love to do. Aside from that, you're going to have to hoe out yourself. It's not about hoeing out yourself. It's about doing what you love to do. It's your choices that make you hoe out yourself. Your desires, your pleasures, your ego make you hoe out yourself. You don't have to hoe out yourself. What you said? Frog is not a frog in an instance from egg to frog process. Definitely. Everything is a process. But you see, if you didn't know, you'd be the Lion King. Get out of here, Simba. You're a zebra. You're not a lion. That's what they're doing. I'm telling you, you're the Lion King. You understand? And I laugh at them because they tricked everybody, but they didn't trick me. And that's all it takes is one to make everybody else remember. It's not like I have to teach you. It's already in you. Take me in. Take me in. Take my essence and take me in. And I bet you tonight when you go to sleep, we're going to link up and you're going to get some teachings. You're going to get to fly. You're going to get to see things. That's how it works. You have that ability now, but you can't be interested in other things. If you're interested in that, that's what you're going to experience. So you want to be always in a state of nothing. Nothing and nothing, nothing. Don't let something, how you say, make you react. Don't make forms make you do things. Don't act. If you act, you're acting out of fear, acting out of love, acting out of pity. You didn't do it for real. You didn't mean it. When you do things out of something, you didn't mean it. If you're going to do something, do it because you said you're going to do it. That's it. Then we're in between. Else you're going to be the tumbleweed being blown around. This energy pulled you this way. This energy pulled you that way. This energy sucking your energy. That's all that's going on out here. Reading equals meditations. Exactly how Biblios. Reading is meditation. Reading is building you a world. It's a palette of not just vocabulary that's going to make you able to express yourself in this little world we have here, but it also give you an imagination so you could will your world that you want to will. Because if you count 100 years, it ain't shit. You got to think about that. You're here for a day. You can't die. Okay, so there's more to this than go make a wife and chill and pleasure, 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 pleasure. What am I here for? I don't know. Who cares? Hey, Bob, what you doing? No, them things is over, man. I got a soul, and I care about my soul. Where my soul is going, it ain't letting me fuck up. It'll grab me by the collar and say no. And I'm grabbing y'all by the collar and say, yo, y'all been tricked. Hold on, listen to me. Please, give me a chance now. And you spend some time, you'll see I'm correct. And it's going to take you the way you want to go. You understand? But if you don't give yourself a chance, you don't give me a chance, you're just going to miss out and say, oh, no, that's too. When you, what are you doing? What are you doing? Oh, I'm going to go see about Biden and them. I'm going to see about the Trump. And what the fuck is that? Do they even know you? Do they care about you? No, they don't. No, 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 no. That's our problem. We always looking externally outside of ourselves. Let me explain to you something. Get this in your head. You don't have holes in your eyes. You cannot see outside. It's, if this had a hole in it, then you could see outside. You're seeing inside yourself. There's no hole here. So what are you really doing? You're idling your time. You're idling your time. How come if you had holes here and you could see outside, why when you close them and go to sleep, you be in another world? That don't make sense. You get it? How come it's not when you open your eyes you be in another world? When you close them, you be in another world. Cause it's internal. Everything is internal. Mind. Look, it's like this. Once you understand that it's what you believe, you're gonna see you have more control over your experiences here. What you have is epigenetics. You know how you think controls your endocrinology system, your immune system. You hear this phrase, autoimmune disease. Your own body's attacking you, stress, high blood pressure. All these little simple things. Believe it or not, you'd be like, no, I don't. Or the doctor have to tell you, this is what I'm trying to say. It's the same thing with forces and actually freeing yourself up. You're not gonna think you think you're good and you made it or you're free. I ain't got no problem. I'm free. I ain't thinking. Then you just saying it's like that with the disease or the sickness. You didn't know it was coming. You have to go deeper than that. If you want something, you gotta apply yourself. So there is no coming home and taking off your uniform and now you chilling. Nah, whatever you was starting before you went to work, you continue. Life is a cycle. I do crystals. I make medicine. I teach. I don't do them all at the same time. I don't do them all in the same week. It's cycles. Your body gonna know when to do something. You do that then. Then you're gonna go over here and you're gonna start planting seed here. You plant seed here. Before you know it, you back here again, and you continue in this seed. 3 years down the line, you completed one, two, three, four completed real tasks. But if you're trying to multitask and spread yourself, you're just gonna waste your energy, and you didn't finish it before your energy ran out. So when you're gonna apply yourself to something, don't think about, oh, I'm gonna be this and this is what I'm gonna do. Go with how you feel for the moment and do that. That's what they want you to do. That's what you're supposed to be doing. Then if you switch to that, that's what you were supposed to have done and that's what you're supposed to be doing. This is not over. You're going to come back around to it. But you just have other things you have to do. It's all right to be like that. That's a part of the journey of the gods and the whole ancestor uprise. So once you do, you won't see yourself as a procrastinator. And you will know when you had enough of something, it's okay to put it down for a minute and try something else. Because these is all seeds you're planting, all seeds. And they're meant to grow at harvest time when it's harvest time. So give yourself time to nurture these things you're trying to do, such as astral project, leave your body, trying to see, like I said, through premonition, connect your astral form and unite. It's deep sciences. I'm only giving you the incentives that you need to go out and try this, to go out and say, uh, it's not everything bad staying inside and don't have nothing to watch. That's why I don't try to feed y'all and come up here and take y'all time and do all this stuff. Because it's the same way I'm in here bored and I don't have nothing to do. I'm like Avatar. I get in the chair, sit, and I be in another world. I'm always in the other world. I hate this world. This world is really nothing going on. But it's to teach and to help is the main thing, but to make sure I teach right and make sure I help right, because you could help and cause trouble too, because some people just want it for power. They don't really want it. So whoever is going to get it is going to deserve it. It's not something you could use in the wrong way. You understand? I had to learn that. Trust me. You know, a lot of people know me. I had a fucked up soul at one time, and I had to train the dragon and get him right. Now, I got the most beautifulest energy from what I hear, and I'm pretty sure all of us is the same way. You know, you got to do that. Remember, y'all, if the sun had any competition, it would be you. That's right. Or everybody here is a sun. And that's why space is so big, because spaces are aligned for the rest of y'all to go back to being y'all son. That's y'all ultimate. That's why Akhenaten called themselves son of the sun. I don't know if I told you this. The sun is alive. Sun is alive. The sun is alive. Only the ones who's connected psychically knows this. Okay? So that's why he wanted to make the sun Aten. Look at it like this. Light is consciousness. If there is light, it's alive, it's conscious. Light holds form together. With darkness, there's no form. So light is the consciousness that brings form to being manifestation. You understand what I'm saying? So you got to understand it. Now you will respect it and stop looking for something outside yourself. Stop looking for a God. Look for the light. It's conscious. It's talking to you. And it now, if you was to analyze one ray, it's a photon. A photon. It itself is a chakra. It itself is a portal. It itself is another way to get to the other side. You hear people's on the other side of the sun. Always see them looking up to the sun. Yeah, you could do that. You have bodies for that. But first you have to break and just, how you say, go into dissolution of who you think you are, alchemy. When you come back out this other person. And then you'll be able to do everything that these so-called elites, I don't know, I don't think they could even do it. They wouldn't be worried about us and be using us for slaves. It comes with great powers and abilities. It's called the Philosopher's Stone. And, you know, with it, it gives you a good lifespan, and it makes you have a good energy for teaching. So, I don't know. That's about all I'm gonna give as far as the incentive. As far as now, I give y'all the worlds I go to and the gods that I'm dealing with. It's still the same from when I used to tell you from Michael is my new teacher, and it's been so many upgrades, so many lessons. It's like a book, a diary of so many different incidents. But if I reveal anything, it's gonna hurt people. It could do stuff to people. So as this world comes more acquainted with the powers, the abilities, I'll reveal more and tell y'all more, because it's deep. It's very deep. It's very deep. Hopefully in the future you'll see it's gonna be a me and then a hologram me next to me that I could project. You understand? These are things we could do. It's in subtle energy, and you got to make it be able to come and manifest right in front of you. But it's not another person, it's you. You're doing it. Your astral has to come down onto you, so it's going to be your eternal body. And I'll teach you all that stuff. This is real stuff right here. This is not no fake. All right? So as long as you understand that, y'all got the incentive now to keep trying, learn chakras, learn everything. Priscilla, you know, love your participants. Shout out to cumin, cinnamon, turmeric, allspices, nutmeg, coriander, mustard seeds, star anise. Yes, everything you're saying is 100% right. Let's look at that real quick because it's important. You know, everybody that's in America, it was in the book Kundalini Biology. You know, I think her name was Janet something. she's complaining about the Western world. Their bodies is not built for Kundalini to astral project, to leave their body because of their way they eat, the diet, and that's why now, like how Priscilla posts up about turmeric and all the coriander and all that stuff, it's important to realize those things she just said. Let me look at them again, because the fact of the matter is, those things that she just said is actually from the West. I mean, the East. That's first. Let's put that in. She put cumin, cinnamon, turmeric, allspice, nutmeg, coriander, mustard seed, star anise. All right, we're not used to hearing these terms over here in the West. So when we're talking about getting back in touch with our true self, getting back to our resonate, getting back to our BMI so that we could leave our body comfortably and it won't hurt. You're looking at our eating habits. It don't sustain enough energy in it. It's foods that's actually farm made first. Then not only is it farm made, it's been sprayed with pesticide. The fertilizer itself is contaminated with what we call sewer sludge. And then they put hormone shot inside of the plant itself to make sure no parasites or bacteria is in there. By the time you get it, it don't have the full vitamins and minerals like the plant that they had measured from the wild is. But wild plants is different from corporation raised plants that they use to serve people. So once you realize that, you getting food that is not actually 100. You getting a cow, like say here I'm out here in Jamaica or whatever. A cow out here is raised on my neighbor's shit. They go cut it up and it eats grass. Your cow is in a farm place. It eats corn, slop, or other genetically modified foods that is now in the food, in the cow. So the meat itself is not the right, you could say, alpha, omega 3 6 or omega 3 would have been the actual meat fat, the cholesterol, the oil of the cow from it eats natural wild plants. When it's actually cultivated or farm raised, they feed it those genetically modified, so it's in the supermarket in the meat you eat. They give it chemicals such as aractifine, which is like a booster to make the meat look thicker, give it that pink look. And these is hormones that actually block your chakras from activating, block you from being at your BMI, which is your resonating frequency, so you could easily have your DNA online. Your DNA is it's like a sine wave as it does the S and curves on it. But if it's not, you have long waves for fear and short waves for love. You hear that? You get these short waves. You want the short waves because every connection is a DNA connection to a radio antenna, a different signal. But if you have one long wave, which will be fair, it's not connecting, it's skipping all of them, and you only got like two connection within one DNA telomere. So you will want to have love in you, not fear. These is important as you seek out natural electrical foods. Why that's important is because a lot of the foods we eat is starch based, which is sugar, which now actually is going to turn to fat. And so if you're not actually in the right state of health, which means like all your vitamins is online, you can't break down these into proteins. Fat breaks down into protein, sugar breaks down into protein, and this is what you need for your body to be able to sustain itself. So right now, due to the eating conditions, and they knew about this that was happening in the past. If you realize GMO itself is not even 20 years old, I think it made 20 years old this year, and the result from GMO was a 20-year test. So they never knew the outcome of what GMO did to humans. It was a 20-year test for humans and a 10-year test for animals. They know in 10 years the animals were so sterile. It destroyed farms, crops, everything. It didn't do good. We don't know the result from it in our body yet, but that's what we're taking on. But they put the GMO in there on purpose to stop your ascension. Everything is there to stop your ascension. You need trees. There's no trees in the neighborhood. They hide them in park. You have to pay to go to national park if you want to ascend. So it's like they purposely been already knew from colonial days or from colonizing what these kundalini baby you need to activate. It's like they're kryptonite. They made everything kryptonite around so Superman don't have no powers. So I'm telling you how to tap in to get back. You need these. Study hatha yoga. Read just the philosophy to get the mind right. Once you do, it's a matter of just stilling the mind. You know, you're not trying to control your mind. You're just trying to separate yourself from your mind. You're not your mind. You're the consciousness. Once you do that, you're good. You understand what I'm saying? You let the mind flow. You don't have nothing to do with it. Whatever comes, it comes. So that's your journey to first get your body back into sync by putting some natural foods and electricity back into your body that your body could sustain itself. For when these kundalini experiences happen, you burn a lot of protein, you burn a lot of energy, and it takes a lot from you. So by you eating right, by you noticing that, eating refined grains drain you. So if, say, if you ate something made with flour, like a pizza, probably if it's made with white flour dough, it's going to actually steal your vitamin C, your vitamin A to process refined flour because it was enriched. It didn't have natural vitamins in it. It's refined. Anything refined made into a powder, it's stripped of its nutrients, and when you eat it, it's going to strip you of your nutrients to provide the breakdown to digest it, so you don't really want that too much in your body. Try to go back to the God way, natural God food, whole foods that have actually some benefits for your body that adds on to your body. So keep that in mind. That will actually help you to sustain Kundalini. Kundalini is coming concurrently to the whole earth. It's a slow process now. It's coming to your neighborhood and your body soon too. You're gonna experience it. I was one of the first back in them, not now first, but in our little circle. And I see a lot of people is going through it now. It's a regular thing every day. So expect it to come to you and be prepared for it. Don't think you're crazy. Nobody did no obia. There's no witchcraft. There's no demons. It's all a part of your circle. Remember, it's no eyes, holes for you to see out. So whatever you're experiencing, they've been a part of your circle, a part of your spirits. They just manifesting in flesh. But everybody's connected. That's seeing each other, interacting with each other, playing different roles at different life, because it's an inner mind play going on, not an outer mind thing. You understand what I'm saying? Whatever is going on out there is a game to keep you trapped here. So you keep reincarnating. It's like you go to REM sleep. You don't know that you're not dead. You just pretending like you're dead because you think you're sleeping. But you could just be like, hold on, shit, hold on, wait a minute. Some people never figured out and they're laying there like they dead. Nobody can die. There's no such thing as that. It's energy. You just transform. So once you learn that, you learn how to break up into different bodies by learning meditation. Everybody meditated. Nobody did the bullshit we're doing now. It can't help you. You only here for 100 years. That's like a day. You need help. So when you look at the Sanskrit people, they're all meditating. The Indian people, they're all meditating. The Egyptians, all you see them is in meditation poses. What the fuck is we doing? We know something they don't know? I don't think so. So we're confused and we're stuck. We don't even know if the planet is round or square or circle or flat. We don't know. This is where we at today. You're supposed to be able to fly over and see everything and through meditation. So I'm just letting you know all these things is going to be available to you, and try to get your diet in order. This is not about actual food or anything. That's going to be tomorrow. I'm going to make another video, and it's going to be about food. I gave out enough secrets. If I do another secret, y'all know too much, and I get spiritually punished for this stuff. You understand? Because literally, when it's your time, it will come. If you got the chosen, and then you got the ones who don't care. It's like, I was teaching this today about the law. When they made up the law, They made it for fucked up people. If you follow the law, that's because you're fucked up. You know, it says don't steal, don't cover your neighbor. If you do that and you be like, yo, the law said I can't do that, so I can't do that. That's who you are. You do shit like that. If that's why you follow the Ten Commandments. If you follow any type of commandments like that, it's because you're fucked up. That's the truth. Why? Because a righteous person wouldn't think of doing those things. It don't apply to me. It don't apply to most of y'all out there. You understand? But it apply to fucked up people who would do that shit. So there's people who's above the law. That's the righteous. And you have to know who you are and in your place in this. So you don't try to refrain yourself. You want to be all you could be. But you're not the same as this group of people. So make sure you know which group you belong with. Because you could be with the people with the law and you be subject to their karma. Or you could be the righteous where there is no karma. You understand what I'm saying? So it's up to you to make the choice. Hope you make the right choice. You understand? So, on that note, we're gonna just end this off in a minute. And everybody say their last little thing. Whatever y'all want to say, I'ma answer it now. Um, is this why the bankrupt farmers? Yeah, yes. Scott G. Coleman, they did that purposely. You didn't see. It's been in the newspaper lately. Bill Gates is the biggest farm owner in all of the world right now, and that's because he went around through all the colleges, actually putting up fake propagandas. He paid them to actually not just give out. It started literally with actually sewer water. Sewer water, the shit we flush out the toilet. It goes back to the waste plants. The waste plants couldn't get rid of it, so they start donating it to the farmers as fertilizer. These fertilizers get put now where your corn and your vegetables is being made by all farmers. And so in it is all the pharmaceutical drugs. Everything they flush down the toilet is in this toxic sludge that becomes our fertilizer all over the world. And so Bill Gates is the one that's behind that with Monsanto's. These companies now, they literally knew about this Kundalini stuff, so they had to take away natural things for human beings so the pharmaceutical companies could make money. It's actually now you don't have a complete mineral, a complete vitamin, and no whole food you eat, so you're gonna be deficient. So now, once you're deficient, you wouldn't know because you could live like that, but you're subject to COVIDs, any flus, any type of disease that they throw out, you're subject to it. Not like China, who's not so many people has died, and other countries where they more eating natural. Being that we're subject to the government for our subsistence, they purposely put certain things into the food that's going to deprive you of what your body needs for your recommended daily allowance of vitamins, minerals, and it's not in the food like it's supposed to be. And so we're not getting it. Once you get into that, your body's not in a natural homeostasis, then you have autoimmune disease, or your body can't fight off a germ or bacteria. So it's very important for you to understand they switched up the game in the middle of the play a while ago, contemplating this 2012 shift with GMO starting it off, and then toxic. When you put that toxic sludge on the earth, and the trees that come up is genetically modified, what happens next is it messes with the climate. Natural plants control the direction of the wind. There's what are them currents called? They flow from in the water and they got them in the wind. Everything flow in a set pace. But once you put genetically modified plants here, you change the circulation of the air. You change the global warming factor, because these is not real plants. These gods that was controlling the wind, controlling the atmosphere, controlling everything, keeping everything on time, is being manipulated now that it's not real trees there. So you're going to get global warming and all the greenhouse effect going on because they tampered with the trees. There's no more real trees in urban cities or communities. No more. You could say half of America is GMO. So with that now being that way, you not only have ecological problems, but Bill Gates, they actually trying to make GMO acceptable in society, and Roundup to glyphosate, whatever you call it, make it acceptable through the colleges. They put up these funds that made GMO look right. These college people promoted it like it worked, it's healthy, it's good, funded by Bill Gates. You understand what I'm saying? Same thing with glyphosate or Roundup. They made the data came back like it was good. It wasn't fucking people up. That's what he does. He goes around and hides everything. Vaccines never work from day one. 100 vaccines was shot, 4 worked. What they did, they printed the 4 and said they did 4 shots and all 4 shots worked. You don't hear about the other 96 that didn't work. They bury that paperwork. This is what's been going on all along. That people who try to talk on these things and bring them out get murdered, get killed. That's Bill Gates and them job. So that's why they own they have owned the farm, the land. That's why you can't buy a piece of land in America and it's yours. You only could buy the house on the land and you don't really own it because they make sure they own the land so they could put what is supposed to be there. So they first did hydroculture before they did DNA. Rockefeller Foundation took over all the plants and the herbs long ago, way before slavery, long before they did all that. I would say probably in the 1700s, 1600s they did that, and then they started getting into DNA and the genome in the 18th century, not in the 19th century. They already mapped out the genome and everything before the 19th century came in, before 1901. They already had that because this is all was funded through Rockefeller, which is the Hyksos. So when now it came to these, what we're seeing today, like they saying, oh, they just mapped out the gene pool and the genes. No, they already mapped out your soul, your mind, consciousness. That's where they at now. You understand what I'm saying? They've been mapped out genetics and all that stuff. There's this guy that I think he was practicing. I think back then it was called something like cybergenetics. There's a book he wrote where he mapped out the human body that a person could go through the computer, through a phone, and come out on the other side. They got that technology. I'm bring it up in the next post. And the guy who did it made up quantum physics. He was the one who wrote up quantum physics. And what he said is that no matter how they could tweak our reality, when he got down to the last final mathematics, there is a God. He said there's one thing he cannot tweak is that. So I'm just letting you know we're able to do a lot more because when we leave the biological, when we leave the skeletal, the nervous system, all that stuff, you become electrical. Spirit is electric. So they can do those things that they're doing, and it is feasible and it is natural because spirit is electric. So you can probably go through the phone line and do all that stuff. So when they start doing all that stuff, don't think it's crazy. Spirit is electric. And behind your physical, it's biological and all that stuff. You get rid of all of that stuff, your electric signal. And so that's why you see all that. And I'll pass y'all off the knowledge on it. Just remind me on one of these next podcasts or whatever we do. But it's facts, you know. He's a great man. I respect him because he told the truth at the end. You know, you would think a man trying to clone humanity, and he had the knowledge to do it, the mathematics and the funds to do it. But he came to the conclusion there was still something hidden that he couldn't decode. All right. Thank you so much for your privileged time and energy, support, love, and much respect to you and yours. All the best. Hail up and salute. Thank you, Priscilla. You always show me love. Reflection saying, have you heard of Ormus gold? It balances both brain hemispheres and grows herbs and foods bigger and faster. Yeah, reflection. I used to fuck with Ormus about 3 years ago. That's cool, but where you trying to head? Um, there's nothing that could help you. You don't want to take a drug. You don't want to take something to be who you are. You are who you are. You just got to be who you are to be who you are. But if you take Ormus to be who you are, you're going to always have to take Ormus. You're not you, you're Ormus. Any drug you use to do what we're talking spirituality, you don't need a drug to do spirituality. You are spirituality. So learning the Ormus game, learning Ormus is good, but it's not something you want to practice to help you ascend, help you get into higher worlds. Your body makes Ormus all day. Your body got all the different golds, copper, silver in it. You could toxify yourself trying to do something that you don't fully understand, you know. But it does grow things bigger and it does do everything faster. But as far as you needing it to get great, you don't need nothing to get great. You want to get great? Remember, Dr. Sabi took left eye and it was a 40-day fast, and she started having visions and flying around about on 30th day of fasting. It's not putting something in your body that make you fly. It's depriving yourself of something to make you fly. You understand? 0 point frequency. Should a person not eat meat? Is it spiritually better to not eat meat? Scott Coleman, Scott G. Coleman. Spiritually, yeah, yeah, and at the same time, I'm gonna give you the both sides of the coin. All right, we didn't eat meat back in the days, right? But we didn't eat meat on the terms that you're thinking. We didn't eat meat for the simple fact that it was part of our. I told you, your physical body is leaving and it's transferring to your astral body. That transfiguration shit that Jesus said when you come back on the third day, and they was like, "Yo, you real?" You know, they first heard a nigga talking like him, saying his phrases, but they didn't know that was him. So they was like, "Yo, are you him?" He's like, "Yeah, but don't touch me. It's a charge. You could charge up your astral to be in the physical." So when they didn't eat meat, they was thinning out. They was getting smaller and smaller. It was transferring to their astral body, little layers of it. Your thin layers, very thin layers of light, subtle layers. And it's actually, as you age, it's transferring over to the astral body. So when you don't eat meat, you don't engage in violence. It's like it's a balance of your energy, because when you go into a reptilian fight or flight mode, you're gonna burn a lot of that no meat energy. You burn protein. So if you're not compensating for protein, you're gonna wind up hurting yourself if you just stop eating meat. That was the reason why the Europeans conquered Africa and Asia, because they was vegetarian, but not just they was vegetarian, they was practicing ascension. So it was a non-energy, non-violent situation going on because they're trying to get out of here. But then you had the North come, the brutes, eating meat, big, strong. Probably one of them was beating up 10 Africans. You understand? That's why you see when Christopher Columbus came, take my island for instance, it was only 10 of them took over the whole Jamaica. It wasn't much. They didn't have no big army. So meat to me, it made the brain grow. Protein is important. Now, spiritually, I've been on a journey for a while, and I come across even gatekeepers that smell you. They come around you. They walk around you. I've been attacked by a dog, two-headed dog. It's biting me, tearing me up. I'm just sitting there in the chair getting torn up. And the gatekeeper's watching to see if I'm scared, coming around me, and he smell me. Smelling for the smell of meat. And if he smell me, he don't let you through. And sometimes he let you through. Not him let you through, a different gatekeeper. They don't care, but they got some that will check you to see that. Just to see if you will do it just to pass him. It's his that level. So eating meat is a no at the end of it all. But the times we're in, we're headed for war. You got to be strong. So the choice is yours. And I'm telling you now, you know what I'm saying? So you make up your mind on what you want to do. It's not for everybody because we have spiritualists, the mind, and then you have the warriors, the frontline people who's going to be on the front line doing what they got to do. You can't tell them don't eat meat. You got to encourage them to win. And that's how the West was won before. And I'm pretty sure it's going to come back around to it again. So this time, I don't think we should get caught off guard and prepare ourselves. A good regimen of chakra work, sun work, and protein is what you're going to need to sustain you for the future to come. After we're in utopia and we're one nation, then give up meat because you're ascending. You're not going to do energy work. You're giving your essence off. Your essence is vaporizing, dissolution as you take yourself into the astral. Then you'll be able to manifest in this world when you want and manifest in the other world when you want. And I'm not just saying this. This is not a movie. This is tantric doctrines. This is the Vandata. This is Kiri Yoga. This is Shan Chakra. These is all real stuff that is not in the Western world because they do it. And they don't want you doing it. You understand? So I'm putting you on no blood, meat, or fish. That's right. Kelly Benson. That's right. Do it when we engage in no meat and we taking it to this level, the spiritual aspect of it is this. It stopped murder. We murder animals to eat. That reflects in a human being. For every animal that's murdered, a human being is murdered. If we want to stop human beings from murdering each other, we have to stop killing the animals. It's that simple. Leave the animals alone and human beings will leave each other alone. It's like a curse. You curse yourself. So our future is a meatless world, no meat. But the way we got to go about it is not to curb violence, it's to curb the eating of meat, and violence will stop. 7 years, that's good, Kelly. That's what I'm talking about. And you see, everybody got to curb their monster, beast. We all came here as beasts and creatures. That's why Alex Crowley called himself the Beast 666. It's the sign of man. That's our ego. So that's who we are. And so once you understand that, you will want to curb your beast. Once you curb your beast, the divine you will come out. Your psychic ability is in your divine you, not your beast you. Your beast you is your flesh self, your fleshly. But if you want psychic abilities, your empath abilities, this is what the Aquarian age is about too. It's not. Don't think these people that is still mechanical is going to last in the future. Don't think an athlete is going to last. Do you see the world changing drastically? It's the shift. And it's going to get mystical. Stan Lee showed us that when he made that Avengers movie, the one where these new mystical fighters come that really have real abilities. They ain't got no gadgets to be their weapons. They're really the shit. Yeah, that's what's coming now. That's what we're here. So you are it, but you just don't know how to tap in. But they know people like me is coming to wake y'all up and make y'all, and they can't stop it either. Hey, that's what all this censorship is about. That's what locking y'all in. That's what shutting up our mouth. No, it's not gonna work. Y'all gonna do it anyway. So be prepared. The future is not what you think. It's not yesterday. That's over with. The future is what you being prepared for. It's not something that is going to be something you think out. Learning, awareness, peace and blessings, greetings. So you get a greater understanding of this reality now from this that we have this talk with. You will know what you have to do in reference to the world around you falling apart. That's the decoy. Ray Belly, peace and blessings, greetings. Yes. And so with us now understanding these frequencies, you take yourself out of anxiety, fear, depression, and do the damn thing because these was all set as decoys, the trap to make you not do what you have to do. And what I'm telling you, I can't put into words how amazing it is. It's no words. It's no words. The only thing you could do is experience it, and I tell you, it's for every human being to experience, because I don't think it has happened for many, many, many lives, many centuries. The portal is open, and I think it's staying open this time. It's not closing. It's for y'all, this future that's coming now. Y'all the ones that initiated. Y'all is coming back, the real ancestors. Right now, we're repeating everything from the Egyptians, Babylonians. Is repeating, not in a book, in your heart, in your intuition, in your what you do. Study what you do. This is when you would want to read these Egyptian books and stuff, not to be like them, to orientate yourself like, oh, that's why I do that. Oh, I didn't know. That's why I do. You're done. All of y'all. Unfortunately, nobody new here. Everybody's old. So as long as you know that, seek that out, and you won't be so confused, so much stress, so much anxiety. You'll be more comfortable. You feel like you knew this already. You understand? That's where your future is at. All right. So we could end it now. If a vegan has a fight with a vegetarian, it is still called beef. I like that one, Priscilla. Nice one. 7 years for me, okay, exactly. But I don't judge meat eaters. Greetings, greetings, everybody. Yes, y'all have a wonderful night, and thank you for tuning in to Enki. Y'all show me love, and I'm gonna try to show y'all love back. Hey, it was um there you go. You see, I'm about to say your name. Yo, astronomical. You gonna be somebody, cause I'm there like and then your name go come pop right up. It was astronomical. If you go look in the comments, the last comment in one of my videos, he just said, "Where are you at, Anki?" And that's what made me come on. I say, you know what? Let me show my face, cause it's about just the knowledge. Thanks, big dog. I appreciate you coming on. Thank you, astronomical. This is the beginning. I'm back. We're all going to support each other. You're welcome, Priscilla, as always. May we all experience. That's what it's about. I have no name. May we all experience. Please listen to that. May we all experience. Don't deny yourself no experience, good, bad, and different. Don't hold your body in value. Value the lessons of life, because when you value your body, you become a coward. Yes, that's what happens when you value your body. You won't speak the truth. You're scared. You're going to get hurt. You don't want to get your body banged up. You don't want no trouble. Don't cherish your body. It's going to hinder you from speaking the truth. Remember that. Okay. We'll be donating to you, bro. Real wisdom. Y'all can hit me up on the donation, my Cash App. Don't donate on this YouTube thing. I never got paid on YouTube. Never. YouTube don't pay me. So, and if you donate on that button over there, it ain't coming to me. If you want to donate to me, I'm on Coral Crystals. CORAL Crystals. CRYSTALS on Cash App. That's all. And if you want to hit me up on University of Conscious Science for PayPal at gmail.com. So that's University of Conscious Science at gmail.com for my PayPal. And if you want to actually do it through Cash App, it's Coral, CORAL, Crystals, CRYSTLS. Put the $ and you could donate there. To be honest, I'm going to do a whole campaign tomorrow. One of y'all could hit me up and remind me to get on this and do it early. I want to do it when the light is up, because I want to showcase crystals. I'm going to give y'all free crystals. Y'all buy. We're going to do a selling and thing too. Pendants like these. Let me see if I could get this popping real quick for you. I'm going to turn this off. Let me see if this is the right word. Is this? Alright, because I got glow-in-the-dark pendants. Y'all going to be the first one to see one of my pendants glow-in-the-dark right now. Let me see if this is it. I'm going to show y'all how it works. Let me see. This one go? I don't think so. 1 second. These pendants I'm going to be selling. You could buy them. The dragon on them I do dragon pendants. I do all types. Whatever you want on them, I could put. But the dragon symbolizes your soul, the soul that has many bodies in it and take you to many worlds. That's what that symbolizes. So, like you see this dragon piece right here with the dragon that is on here. I'm gonna see if it's gonna glow in the dark. I'm gonna put this down 1 second, and let's turn this off. Ah, it works. You see, the lights is off. You see how it glow in the dark, y'all? Alright, so you get the pendant like that, and that's how it glows. So you can see I'm holding it up. I got my face in the camera. You can't see my face, but you see this. So that's how it works. Let me turn back on the light. Let me see. Okay. So now, that's what I'm saying about my pendants glow in the dark. I'm going to show you it with this one. You see this? This is my Mask of Panther. I made this myself. This is all citrine crystal. And like I do now, I'm putting it to the light, let it charge up a little. And I'm going to turn off the lights again because this glow in the dark. All my pieces, I can make them all glow in the dark for you. Alright, so you see it? I'm holding it up. Let's turn the lights out. You see it still. You see how it is? It glows in the dark. It's dark. You can't see my hands, but you see the eyes. You see it, right? You can't see me, but you see it, right? So it's glowing in the dark. You see? That's how it is. So I got pieces that I want to actually start showcasing. You know, I still do the regular ancestor pieces. Like these are citron and the coral crystal up here for protection. So I got these type of pieces. I'm gonna show y'all for also chakras. I do for chakra protection. Like this is the eye of Sekhmet with some amethyst around it. This is a pendant piece right here. You see how it looks. Not just the eye of Sekhmet. We got, okay, my battery died for a quick second. You see, I got the hang last time. I just let the phone chill. But anyways, you know, I was gonna say, um, I'm gonna be giving out herbs, sending people herbs. You know, we're gonna do little auctions and little games that you win herbs, and I'll send you all the different herbs y'all need. I'm also gonna be looking for distributors of extracts, teaching about healing, what the herbs do, what I call naturopathy science. So I'm looking for distributors all over. Who say we done? You stupid, Priscilla. Well, you know, it's been a long night, but I was showing y'all different styles. Let me see if I could do it. The phone powered off. Good thing, yo, YouTube funny. It still be running when your phone be powered down. You know that? My live was still going. So here go another one. These I make myself. I do the drawings in them to actually, like I even do fossils where, look at this. This is the reptilian himself. See how I look like a reptilian? You see, this is a piece right here. It's fossil coral. See, I got the reptile. So I do a bunch of different styles that I'm gonna be showing y'all more. Let me see if I got one more style that I want to show you. Here we go. I'll show you these last two. Like this right here is like one of my newest pieces that I just got up here. You see, I put the emerald with the turquoise in the middle, and it's a globe really. It turns around. This side is covered in a glass dome over it, as you can see. And these is the actual crystals. So you wear these as balancing stones for your chakras. This will balance out your chakras. Or, you know, I put them in this now too, where this could be a sacred piece that you know, keep underneath your clothes. But inside, you got the butterfly right there. You see, this is white crystals and white quartz with the same green turquoise. Green right there is the green of Thoth, and it's also give you prosperity, good luck, money, bring protection in your life. Yes, yeah. The turquoise is really for protection. That's what it's for. It's a stone of protection. So anyone you see with turquoise in it is actually a protection stone. And I got many styles, like from this woman right here. This is one with turquoise in it and the tiger eye. You see I got the tiger eye in the middle. So let me see. I got pretty mixed ones like this. You know, you see how this is. This got citron with the quartz, and then in the center is another tiger eye. So I can make them exclusive for you or however you want. See, this one got lapis lazuli with the turquoise in it. I mean the emeralds in it. And I love this one right here. This one got, it looked like a female. Look with the black tiger in the middle. And you see I got the green on the top, and then it got two of the crystals on the bottom. So the quartz, all of these is real. It's nothing, none of them is fake. I do all type of different styles like that. So these are some of the ones, all natural. Yeah, any natural oils. Yeah, that's my thing too. I do oils. Um, Let me tell you, I make my own oil from scratch. Like if you look, let me see if I could turn this around. You see, this is my plant. I just planted this yesterday. This is called Leaf of Life. It's just starting to grow. But here, I make my own oil right here. This oil probably been brewing for about 2 to 3 months now. This oil will heat up on you and will burn and will get down to the core of your bones when you take it. So if you want, I do the course actually on how to make oils. I teach that, from healing oil, meditation oils. Um, like I said, I'm gonna be actually looking for people to send herbs to, people who want to buy herbs, who want to be distributors, and teach them the game. So, say for instance, this is Spanish needle, Biden pilosis. This is. I teach you how it's antimicrobial, antibacterial, antifungal. It cures from strepto to a whole bunch of other things. So we got many different kinds of herbs here. Like this is sarsaparilla. This gives you energy. It's good for your heart. It's also good for men's libido. There's so many different herbs. We got this is called Chinese velvet, but it's so funny. Y'all looking like okay, they all look the same to me, but they blammed up. So I walk around and I'll show you the different ones in the yard so y'all can see. I know y'all know, basically, like this is what's called punchivine right here. You see, this is high in vitamin C. This also gives you energy and stamina. It strengthens your heart. But there's something special about punchivine. Let me see if I could find one. I'm going to show you on the tree itself. Right on it, it grows these little buds. I'm gonna see if I find a bud for you. What the buds themselves now is testosterone. So this plant is the only plant that grows testosterone on it. So you could get a testosterone extract and actually put testosterone back in your body just from punchivine. So where would the testosterone be? It would be that right there. You see that little cone thing right there? These is testosterone right there. So, when I do it, I blam up the whole thing because it's high in vitamin C. It's also edible like vegetables, but I make it into an extract with the testosterone, and I add a few other herbs to it to make it like a men's endurance drink, libido drink. It actually help him to replenish himself. So I would put the punchivine, and we have this other one. It's called Jamaican Strongback. You see, it looks like a regular tree, but there's nothing regular about this. This is Viagra right here. You put this in with that, you get yourself something that not just help the man get his thing up and going, but it actually helps strengthens his libido, brings up his heart rate. Just to give you an example, so I just don't sound like I'm don't know what I'm talking about, I'm gonna give you a example of just the puncher vine, what it does. I keep a note, so it's not like I'm just telling you. This is just for puncher vine. See, it gives you, it helps enhance your heart, fights glucose intolerance, fights water retention, reduce urinary problem, polycystic ovarian disease, erectile dysfunction, anti-aging, heart, low libido, increase testosterone level, increase and build muscular strength, add mass and urine function to your kidneys, energy and stamina in kidney, reduce blood sugar, lower blood pressure, antibiotic, anti-turmeric, fights glucose intolerance, menopause, reduces cholesterol, blood clamping reduction, and sodium fluid and retention. It produces red and white blood cells and stimulation of the hormonal immune system, headaches, eye problems, eyesight, anxiety, high blood pressure, premenstrual syndrome. I didn't repeat nothing I just said twice. I just told you everything really one time. That's just that one plant. My plants, I could destroy people with one plant. My plants is all like that. All of them do a lot of things. So stay tuned. We're gonna get into it and how it works, and that's about it. Oh boy, menopause is me. So Kelly, you need me to send you some. You need some punchavine. I got a whole bunch of different herbs. One eye hard. Okay, I got a whole bunch of herbs for menopause that can help you. The real bush doctor. That's right, Ray Blair. I have to be because you can't trust pharmaceutical drugs. You can't trust corporations. The only person you could trust is yourself. That's why this video was called Who Could You Trust? And once you realize you have to go and get it yourself and do it yourself, make it yourself, you realize you don't have nobody you could trust. Everybody's going to deceive you to get you sick so they could make money off of you. And they don't care. They're going to put you in the grave and stomp you in the grave and wait for you to come back and stomp you again. If you don't do it yourself, it's not going to get done. So that's what you need to learn. Who could you trust but yourself? That's right, Kelly Benson. So it's best to know what the doctors know, because if they don't know, how are you supposed to know? And how they supposed to know if you don't know? It sounds like, a bunch of bullshit to me. If you don't know what's wrong with you, how are you gonna ask the doctor what's wrong with you? You're supposed to know what's wrong with you. You ate it. He didn't eat it. Where you gonna figure it out? He gonna use an algorithm that works on everybody, that works on nobody. You understand? So you got to learn what's wrong with you, what's your tolerant level of certain food, what gets you sick, all this stuff you need to know. Yes, 100, big up yourself. Raven D, I get it. I don't get you. All right, y'all. Y'all have a wonderful night, and thank you for, coming in and keeping me company. God bless y'all.